You're watching Tech Talk in affiliation with Tech for Techs. We're a community that supports independent trade with the help of vendors and distributors. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. London time, and we'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, TuneIn, and many more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, and your host, Philip Griffiths.
Welcome to Tech for Tech Tech Talk. This is a live show where we discuss different ways to help your IT business grow. And if you did not know, my name's Phil Griffiths and I'm your host for today. Today we're talking about distribution and how they win you over. Today we're joined by Jenni, Tim, and David. And please, if you are watching this, please let us know if you can hear and see us. So obviously we know we're live. And if you are in the Tech for Tech Facebook group, please make sure you click the link in the chat, which I'm putting in now. That way your name will be shown and everyone can see you. Obviously makes things a little bit easier. Let me just get rid of that annoying thing at the top corner, which is blocking the chat. There we go. Right. Okay. So first of all, on to Jennifer. Jennifer, if you want to introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and if you've got any tips, stories, advice for us today.
Hi there, my name is Jennifer Griffiths, and I'm the owner of Tech for Techs. Also the editor and the one that puts together the movies and everything that you see on YouTube and processes your applications. Today, I've got some news about our event, Tech Talk, that I'd like to share with you. In the beginning, we had this limited amount of tickets for the evening meal to that event. There was only going to be 90 tickets, and we've had so much response that I decided to go ahead and rent a larger room so that we could accommodate more. So we're going from 90 tickets for the evening meal up to 180 tickets for your evening meal. So if you want to come, feel free to get in there now and reserve a place, because they're not going to last. As much demand as I've had already. I'll give you the website address where you can go. It's www.techmax, that's TECHMAX 2020.co.uk. Or you can go to the Tech for Techs website and click the banner at the top, www.techfortechs.co.uk. Like I said, the tickets will not last long. I've already had a lot of high demand, so get in there and reserve yours now. And the price of the ticket for the night meal will include the day entry, so you don't have to buy a separate ticket.
Yeah, and that's just £2. So £2.
Yeah.
That gets you a full day and an evening. And just to clarify, that was techmax2022.co.uk, and it's on the screen if you're watching on the video. Just to show you a few pictures of what that looks like, just really quickly. And let's put that on there. So there we go. So that's the actual stadium itself. This is the actual evening meal room. Obviously, it'll be set out for more a dining area and so forth, but there'll be nice views over the ground if you do want to take a bit of a break away from the rest of the group and have a look at basically the stadium and so forth. You've got some really nice views there as well. So let me just close that back down. There we go. There we go. Right, let's move on to Tim. So Tim, if you want to let everyone know who you are, what you do, and if you've got any tips, advice, or news for us.
Hi, yes, thanks, Phil. So my name's Tim. I run TKM PM and IT Solutions in North Yorkshire. The accent throws people off quite a bit. So my tip of the day, it's more coming from the inquiries I'm actively getting in now already, is people are already, like parents, etc., already making requests for, we'll say, kids' Christmas presents, whether it be a laptop, a PC, or something like that. So it never hurts if they say, I've already got a wish list come my way and I've already spoken. I noticed someone in the group, for example, about helping me outsource through those already. So thank you very much. You are. But yeah, it's never hurts to keep tabs on your customers. If you know they're going to be putting a wish list request in, get it in now, get stuff in stock, lock it away. Don't get caught in the Christmas delivery chaos. That's what I would say mostly.
Yeah, some good points there. So yeah, get ready for Christmas. It's never too early to be prepared for something like that. I know we all hate mentioning Christmas this early, but when you're in the sales thing, it's good to be planned, have marketing, posters, banners, web art, whatever, ready to go when you are, and obviously get ready to source what you need, especially at the moment. There's shortages of stuff all over the place. So if you know you're going to be shifting a lot of laptops, maybe a good idea to get hold of them while you can, because you never know, things could get worse. Right, let's pass this over to David. So David, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and what your tip advice of the day is.
Hi everyone, it's David here from Scorpion Computers near Sunderland. My accent doesn't throw anyone off. I can tell I'm from near Sunderland. My tip is something that I started doing a few years back, and it's charging a diagnosis fee for computers, laptops, whatever it may be. Just find sometimes it gets rid of the time wasters who are sort of looking around for a price, and just basically trying to get the best price and hoping that you'll have a look at the laptop, tell them the problem, and then they'll take it somewhere else who will undercut you. But not just that, sometimes it's beneficial. As an example, this week I had a gaming PC come in. It's the customer's sons. They said it was switching off randomly. So had a look at it. Upon opening it, I could see the graphics card had some sort of possible liquid damage, like some sort of curry sauce maybe had been spilt on it. So I said, okay, you're going to need a new graphics card. Obviously, I do charge a diagnosis fee. I did tell them beforehand, but previously, years gone, I didn't. I said, you're going to need a new graphics card. I then did a full test with the Eurosoft software on it, and it showed up they also had a faulty hard drive and some faulty RAM, which was why it was switching off. So I basically said, you're going to need a new graphics card, you're going to need a new hard drive, you're going to need some new RAM. Told them how much it would be, and they said no. They said, no, thank you. We're just going to buy something either second hand or a new gaming PC. So if I hadn't charged a diagnosis fee, they would be basically just wanting that back, and I would have spent X amount of hours just sitting finding these faults with no sort of money for it. So it's always good to charge a diagnosis fee. Some people may not want to. It's entirely your choice, but for me, it's been beneficial.
Yeah, diagnosis fee. We used to be the same. We used to not charge one, and we used to get loads of time wasters. It'd be a lot of the stuff was stuff where people just wanted to know what the problem was, so they could fix it themselves, or B, they'd been somewhere else, and somewhere else would tell them no, it can't be fixed, and they wanted it double checking and so forth. And we were basically just spending our time basically diagnosing stuff for free. We found that we started charging £20, and then we put it up to 30. I think it's 30 at the moment, isn't it, Jen?
35.
Yeah, 35 now, is it? Yeah. So I'm trying to remember because Jen's in the shop most of the time doing the diagnostics. So, but yeah, we've charged quite a bit more now for diagnostics, and that does obviously get rid of the time wasters. So yeah, definitely agree with David there. Just a quick one, go to say hi to the people in chat. So hi, Facebook user with a smiley face. I have a feeling that's Carl when I was flicking around channels when I was getting it set up. Hi, Peter. Peter says the same here. A lot more of the PC part picker brigade want us to diagnose for free. Yeah, it's a lot of those ones what build their own machines, bend the pins on the board, or don't get the right power supplies and stuff like that. We see quite a few of those. Tend to scare them off when you start saying, yeah, it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
But then again, you do get a few what actually do go ahead with it, and they're the sort of customers you want anyways, ones that actually want to spend money rather than ones that don't want to spend money. I think there may be one or two issues with the chat because I've seen some things pop up on the other Windows. I can see William Mears said evening people, and it's not popped up on the screen, or not on my end anyway. So let me just double check if anyone else has said anything of importance.
The only person I'm seeing on our chat screen is Facebook user and Peter.
Yeah, so I think there might be a slight lag or issue with the chat. If you want to try posting the game, William, just to make sure, let us know. What was that, sorry? Did someone say something, or did I hear feedback?
It was feedback, I think.
Yeah, it's probably feedback. Okay, no problem then. Right, let's go on to my tips and stories. Well, Jen's already mentioned, obviously, the Tech Max, so that's pretty good. The first lot of tickets, as she said, they sold out in 18 hours. So we've managed to get another 90 tickets, so those will be mentioned. We've got another 90 tickets for sale. Just bear in mind they could sell out pretty quick, so if you are interested, purchase them pretty quick. Otherwise, Bitcoin and altcoin prices have gone up again, so that's, good in some point of views, as in anyone who's got Bitcoin or any altcoins. They've raised about 30% in price over the last month. And unfortunately, usually when prices go up for Bitcoin, it also means the demand for graphics cards goes up. So be prepared for even more shortages on top of the shortages we're already having, and then probably some more shortages on top of those as well. AMD has also bought out their RX 6600 XT aimed at HD gamers, and it's going for well over £400. Did I step into some sort of alternate reality or something or other? And was it not me, or was HD gaming a big thing in like 2010? So obviously they're aiming brand new graphics
around
cards,
quite a while.
Yeah, they're aiming new graphics cards over £400 for HD gamers. And I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure in 2010 you could get something like a GTX, probably a 480, what could run obviously HD and so forth. But I'm pretty sure this day and age the games are a little bit better. But still, I would have thought they'd been aiming a little bit higher than that personally. Right, let's go on to the main topic then. So what we've got here. So here we go. So main topic is, so what do distributors do to win you over? Or what do they need to do? As in, what are they not doing? What should they be doing? And obviously, you've all got your own views. If you want to praise a certain distributor, so if you wanted to say that ABCD distribution was really good, say it in the chat, but please say why they're so good, because we want to know why they're good, and obviously spread the word, because obviously some distributors do better than others, and others can learn from them, which obviously then helps everyone else, because more competition in that place obviously gives us better prices and better services as a whole. Let's start off here we go. We've got Peter, supposed to be great for mining, so expect gamers not to be able to get any. Now, that's regarding the AMD graphics cards. Yeah, I agree there, Peter. Right, let's go to Jenni first. So what do you look for in a distributor? What do you want a distributor to do or give you, or why should you buy from them?
Right. The first thing they have to do before I can comment on the rest is they've got to win me over before I can experience the rest. So what have they got to do to win my business? Well, the first thing that makes me decide if I'm going to shop anywhere is your website. If it is a great cluster of everything and nothing, and you can't find anything on the website, I'm sorry. You could be the geek god, and I would not shop with you. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen, because I don't have time to sit there all day long and search and filter and search and filter for one component. I want a website that is searchable, user-friendly, and is under the correct heading. Keyboards, they go under peripherals, people. It's not hard. Same with mice, peripherals, components, hard drives, things like that. I get aggravated when people that are supposed to be in the know put it in the wrong category. It just really boggles the mind. So after I find what I need on there, I like to see a clear picture. Nothing worse than a fuzzy little picture that's a thumbnail size. Give me a nice, decent picture to look at so I can actually tell if it's what I dreamt it to be or not. Because I don't want to buy it and get it and go, this is not what I thought it was. It looked bigger in the picture. And that's happened to all of us before. Now, what puts me off with a distributor? It happened this week. Someone called and says, I'm with company X, and you had a relationship with us 12 years ago, and I'm just calling up to rekindle that relationship and see if you wanted to work with us. And I thought, well, 12 years ago, it would have been Phil solo on his own, right? Without me. And if he ditched you, there must have been a reason. And if it took you 12 years to figure it out, well, then I know why he ditched you. So, yeah, people cold calling and trying to rekindle love lost 12 years ago, that's sort of a put off right there. But what keeps me? Customer care. If I know that I can call up, let's just say Sean at Target or Hits at CMS and get what I need and get taken care of, no matter if I have a DOA motherboard or if I have put the wrong thing in the basket and it's 5 minutes till closing time, I know that these people are going to take care of me. They're a Skype call away or a phone call away. All I've got to do is contact them and they're going to take care of me. So that's what keeps me.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to say they have to do something special to get you to buy from them again, especially if we've not used them for 12 years. I couldn't even remember who the person was, to be honest, who contacted us. It'd been that long when you mentioned them. I was like, yeah, who are they again? But yeah, so we get quite a few like that. Right, let's just say hi to Alison Cook. How are you doing, Alison? And also, we're still having issues with you, William. Your messages aren't popping up for some reason, but I can see it here. He says, good tips. Great to hear the ticket sales are going well for TechMax. That's pretty good. LinkedIn user, I'm not sure your name on there, but they said it's. I registered with a few distributors. Target was the first to accept me as a new startup business. Trish, account manager, always drops me a message. Linen Accounts has helped me out a few times. Therefore, my choice Target first before others. Great service, awesome events night. Yeah, I must agree. LinkedIn user. I'll try and find your name in a second.
Lynn is awesome.
Yeah. They do a good job there, I must admit. A lot of people could learn from them. And hi, Daniel Stride, who's been on a show in the past. I think it's a streaming show. He's got his own streaming channel. If you want to check that out, no doubt he'll post that if you want to. Have a look. So let's go on to Tim then. So Tim, tell us, obviously, why you use a distributor. Obviously, feel free to mention specific distributors if you wish as well.
Right. Yeah, I think I'll be brutally honest. The key thing with me is they know what they're talking about. You can ask a technical question, so it could. Prime example, things we all deal with, right, is something compatible with, whether it be a screen for people deal with iPads or whatever, the compatible with iPad 2, 3, 4. Or if it's a Pacific hard drive, would it work with, for example, if you're not sure, then they can give you albeit they go away, give it 5 minutes, yes, here's an email later or a phone call. But they can give you that kind of background that they might have that maybe, I think I've had it with one distributor where they haven't always got their information sheets on for all the products. Gone away, asked the question, had a phone call back within 10 minutes, placed the order with them, and happy customer, not just for me, but the end user was deliriously happy as well because I got it in, got the right part, and I got the best price I could for him. Next one really for me is, say, the product range they have as well. I find it's pointless going to one that specialises in just one particular make brand, because sometimes you need there's like laptop charge, for example, is a key one. You buy the direct ones and they cost an arm and a leg. Then you get third-party ones, which are the good ones, but not right. eBay special Chinese knockoff usually. But then, there's another new range Target have got, for example, and there's a shopping list going their way because I've already got a few orders for those from customers locally to me. Next thing that I really say is, again, I would say the quality of the actual account manager you have. That kind of relate to you. Can you almost feel like you can talk to them? It's customer services 101. If you seem unapproachable, is that if they're unapproachable and you can't ask a question, you're not going to approach them. It's the thing I learned most about working in a managerial role anywhere. You've got to be approachable for people to want to get hold of you at the end of the day. So, and then really I think after that it comes down to price. Sometimes one doesn't have something and I might need it while one's out of stock and one has it. So then I might go to the one that's slightly more expensive, but I still get the right part for the job. So at the end of the day, the customer's happy. So, which I think is the key thing at the end of the day. I'm doing a service to my customer, and it goes down the food chain.
Yeah,
that's it. Or the tech chain, if you want to put it that way. Daniel's posted his Twitch TV channel if anyone wants to have a look at that as well. And he says the main issue he's having is for his personal builds and so forth is getting graphics cards. All I can say is keep checking with the distributors, some of the ones we mentioned on here. Target, CMS seem to be good as well. Spire have been getting stuff in as well. I'm pretty sure VIP and a few of the others out there probably some are getting them as well. But I am getting messages now and again saying, "Oh, we've got some coming in stock," but basically by the time I reply to them, they've sold them. So it's like they are there. It's just demand for them is still high. They don't seem as high as priced as they did, or at least via the scalping, but they still seem high priced via distribution, if you know what I mean. Because obviously some of the RRPs are supposed to be like 500 quid, and you're still spending 750 quid at distribution for them. So they still seem a little bit high, some of the items, but I think it's getting there, but I have a feeling it's going to be a good year or so before things get to normality. Probably find the 4000 or the 5000 series will be out by then, but whatever NVIDIA decides to call it. Right, let's go on to David now then. So David, why do you buy from certain distributors, or even why don't you buy from certain distributors? Is there reasons why you do or don't?
All of the above that's been mentioned by Jenni, by Tim, by yourself. Price, website, stock, like consistency of stock, returns. But all of those are important. But for me, the main thing is the person on the other end of the phone. It's always the main thing for me. I use mainly one distributor. Who most people will know who I use. I'm not going to name drop and all that type of stuff, but the person, when they call me, are you getting some feedback, Maria? I can hear me on voice.
Just a little bit from your end.
Sorry, trying to adjust my volume. A bit better.
Yeah.
I use one distributor, and when the account manager calls me, she doesn't just go straight into, "Oh, we've got this, we've got that for you this week." I don't like being called too often. Like once or twice every sort of once a week or once every fortnight maybe. And when she calls, she just how are you? Type thing. What you're up to? How's your day been? That type of thing. It has a bit of a chat first. You know what I mean? Rather than just going into, "Oh, we've got this, we've got that," and if they can't get a hold of me, they leave a voicemail or leave an email. Don't obviously keep ringing and ringing and ringing and pestering. Quite often, us techs are busy, aren't we?
That's true.
It's the person on the end of the phone, really. It's a bit weird. Sorry, I can hear my own voice, so it's putting us off a bit.
Don't worry about it. You don't sound that bad. Well, maybe a little bit.
Getting crazy feedback loop. But it's the person at the end of the phone for me. It's who you talk to. I'm with a certain company, and I've had a few account managers over the years, but they've all been very good and very chatty and able to talk to you and discuss things rather than just feeling like you're getting a phone call to just try and flog you something or sell you something, you know what I mean? Try and get your money off you. Prefer just have a bit of a chat first and be a bit more personal with that person. That's the big thing for me. I mean, obviously price and stuff like that and website, all of them are important, but just having a nice voice at the end of the phone, someone to chat to who you know is a real person. It's the same as if you call companies, you know what I mean? Any company, whether it be your gas or electric company or your water company, it's always the same, isn't it? It's your impression of that company always depends on that person you speak to in customer services.
Yep.
It's always the same, and I think it's the same with the distributor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes the same with people who use you as well, how you deal with your own customers. So it goes all the way down the chain.
When Phil and I first got together, I used to accuse him of flirting with the account managers at different places because he'd call them up. You know, I've got to call, I think her name was Vicky at one place, and he would call her up. And he would be sitting there like a schoolboy looking with a cheesy grin on his face. And I don't suppose if you could knock me a couple of pennies off on that ink, do you? And I mean, he would pitch it forward after the end of this thing that he went through. And she'd, well, I can't knock you very much, but I can do this, this, and this, and do this. All right, okay, I guess that'll be all right.
Jenni.
And I mean, he was really good at this. I would just sit back, stop my working, just sit back and watch him go. I mean,
Jenni, Jenni, can you hear us?
yes.
Just between me and you, I think my wife thinks the same thing about Trish at Target. Don't tell anybody.
Well, Vicky, I think her name used to be at Target, as a matter of fact. So I don't know if they go through some sort of thing there or what.
Special training at Target, that personal touch.
Meet your target at Target.
That personal touch does go a long way, and I've said that for many years, even having like pictures of yourself on your website and giving things a personal touch so people get to know who you are, how you deal with people and stuff like that. It does go a long way, and being nice to someone can get you better deals sometimes. So it's always best to give it a go.
You did well at that.
Well, it's helped me over the years a few times, so I can't complain too much. So, but yeah, you have to be nice to your account managers, and if they're nice to you, obviously a lot, I must agree, do just call you up and say, "Hey, my name's Bob. Can you just buy 10 of these? I've got 10 of these, and if you buy 10 of those, I'll knock you 50p off of one of those." And that's it. And there's no how you doing, have a good weekend, anything like that. Or for example, if I speak to someone like Sean at Target, he'll ask me how the weekend is and ask him how his weekend's been. If I speak to, let's say, Jean-Paul at CMS, again, similar thing. We'll ask him how he's going and what he's been up to and how much he had to drink or whatever. Doesn't matter who you are. Obviously, it's always best to have a good relationship with them, whether it's a vendor, distributor, account manager, whoever. If you build up those relationships, they can take you a long way. So I must agree with that, definitely.
Yeah,
right,
certainly.
people. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Just one sec, Tim. If anyone in the chat has got anything nice to say about any distributor, it doesn't have to just be Target. It seems to be like the Target show tonight. But it can be any other distributor you want.
I mentioned Hits and Jean-Paul at CMS.
CMS, Fire, CID, Terra even, Exertus, if you really want to put their name in the hat as well. You can mention whoever you want. Feel free, just say how they've helped you and your business grow. Right, what were you saying? Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I was going to mention, I think I helped Spire helped me out, so I helped them out, we'll say, together.
Yeah.
I just was after some display boxes for cabinets, so people could see what I had. So with the, we call it local trade shows coming up, and yeah, it's got me sales from them. And like I said, that's purely because they were happy to one phone call. I just said, could I just have a load of empty display boxes for keyboards, whatever, and 3 or 4 bits to see what sample. And yeah, I've got more interest coming. So yeah, Christmas is going to be orders going all round for me. But yeah, certainly, like I said, that just ask that little extra request to help push something like a physical box. They can see it. They can be nosy.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in the box. It's that simple. You can have a look all you want. You're not going to get anything. Yeah, it goes a long way because it gives that visual help, certainly for us when selling stuff. I don't know if anyone else finds that.
It's the little things like that when they go out the extra mile for us that we really do appreciate.
Yeah. I had one, that little extra mile the other day, needing from a distributor. Just happened to be on talking to him Skype anyway, and suddenly some needed a external Blu-ray drive of all things, but they only had one free USB port on their machine. And everywhere I looked, all the drives basically come with 2 USB ports, one for the power, one for the data. And obviously they got some in, but they didn't specify what they were, and they actually managed to chase up and have a look. Unfortunately, they didn't have what I wanted, but it was that extra touch. They actually went out of the way to look for the specific type of thing, if they've got one in, which would actually fit my needs, which if you go to, let's just say, Amazon, you're not going to do that unless you go and search through 1,000 different products yourself until you find the right one, and then you end up ordering it and find it comes with 2 cables anyway, because the picture was wrong, or
I've done that
wrong, or whatever. Sometimes on nondescript items, so which is a bit of a pain, but yeah. We've actually got someone else talking about a different distributor. So Peter says VIP have been good recently. Our new Spire account manager is good. Target also good. That's good. I've been trying to get hold of VIP quite a bit recently. Unfortunately, the guys there seem to be a little bit slow at responding, should we say, and failed to get back in touch with me. So hopefully going forward that will change. Otherwise, I'll keep saying that they're disappointing me at the moment. But yeah, I'm glad they're working for you anyway, Peter. And yeah, Spire are pretty good. I think I've been dealing with Nathan at Spire recently. He seems pretty good. He's always chasing down graphics cards as well and tells me, oh yeah, we've got certain ones available and stuff. Usually by the time I reply to him, he's usually sold them anyway. But he's been at least contacting me. So yeah, if you've got an account manager, it can help sometimes, but sometimes with stuff like the graphics card, you have to respond quick, otherwise too late. So that's good. One of the things I've got on my list was product knowledge as well. Product knowledge has got to be a good thing. So I've had account managers before trying to sell me tech, and they don't know the difference between RAM, a CPU, and a hard drive. Product knowledge is a must. Obviously, I know everyone has to learn, but at least grasping the basics is good. So obviously, I can't remember the name of this one account manager. Was it Vic? I can't remember her name now. But basically, I don't think she lasted long at the job anyway. But she said she used to sell something like shoes or clothing or something like that, and then went in the tech industry. And she knew nothing about it. She was open about it, but it's like didn't really help the conversation and trying to buy something. When I said, all right, I need something like this, I need something like that, and she's like, what does it look like? It doesn't really help.
That would instill a lot of confidence in me.
Yeah, they didn't last long at the job, but I have had a few like that over the years, to be honest with you. So that's always a bit of a pain. Peter's saying that he's got some are always difficult. Ingram, Tech Data, Xertis, West Coast. You either have an account manager each product category for so you have basically a different account manager for each product category, which can get a bit confusing, obviously, if you're ordering lots of things. So it can be advantage in one way, I suppose. They'll know more about a specific product. But if you want to do a big order, you don't want to speak to 10 different people just to say, oh, I want RAM, I want a monitor, I want a case, and whatever. That could be a bit confusing.
No.
Yeah. But again, those companies, from what I have seen of them and used, they tend to be aiming more at your larger sellers and box shifters and stuff like that, to be honest. And a lot of times, not all. Okay, the Facebook user, I tried LinkedIn to see if my comments popped up. It's me, Will. Okay, hi, Will, the Facebook, LinkedIn, everyone else, whatever. So that's good. Oh, and his Facebook user message did actually pop up in the end. It's only took half an hour. It says, good tips, great to hear. It must be something to do with him logging out or logging back into Facebook. Everything suddenly popped up at once for him. William is now saying, I have accounts with the likes of VIP, CMS, Spire. However, being a small company, I feel they don't care as much. Just my thoughts. Okay, that's really good. Do you mean they all don't care as much, or specific ones? Is it because you're obviously just ordering one item here and there or whatever? So they're obviously not getting the commission, because a lot of times account managers do get commission on the sales, so obviously they want to sell as much as they can. So they do have a sort of a what's the best way of putting it, agenda, because obviously they want to get paid at the end of the day, so they're going to want to sell as much as they can. So I don't know if that's true for all account managers, but to my knowledge, a lot of them are that way, unfortunately.
Well, the thing is though, with an account manager, even if you're going to buy one hard drive, the tone that you set on that small order call can be the predictor of future purchases. So you have to take care of all purchases, whether it be just a small hard drive or an SSD purchase, up to a monitor, 1,000 inks, 100 hard drives, and 30,000 sticks of RAM. I mean, you've got to treat all purchases the same and appreciate the business.
Yeah, it's true. Williams just say probably as I don't order as much due to going via Target. So yeah, he's ordering a lot from Target. So I suppose it works both ways. True. But it's always nice to get contact, even if it's just once a month or once every couple of months, even if you're not buying from them, just to basically keep acquainted, because obviously you never know. There might be that time you need something, and if their name pops into your head, it's they've got a sale. And generally, if you're buying one thing, you're buying more than one thing from them in a go. One thing. Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, because I mean, at the moment, I think I get a catch-up call this week. I've had a couple of them. And I think what they were saying, they were hearing it from a lot of people. For example, because it's summer holidays, it's a bit quiet. Well, because everyone's either going away or the kids are at home, they don't want to touch the computer. Dare I say it? They can, for 5 minutes, lose it for 5 minutes, all the kids will go insane. But I certainly know after, like I say, leading next couple of months, everyone's back to normal and. So, businesses are looking at it starts to quieten down. So it's when, for example, businesses look at work on their own machines, for example, with offices, getting staff back into offices more, that kind of thing. So I know I've got a few, we'll say future work. It's a future work, and some of it, say Q September, it's say I'm going to be doing some a lot bigger orders than I do at the moment. So they one-offs now, but in about a month's time, it's going to be, I think, a couple of PCs here and there, laptop, bits that go with it, and all the peripherals and consumables as well. So it's just that time of year, I think, at the moment. It's just quiet.
Yeah, it's true. It's that time of year, obviously. Kids do break a lot of stuff on the holidays, don't tell the parents, and then wait till they go back to school, and then suddenly they need to do the homework, and funnily enough, the laptop no longer works, or something along that lines we always find, and then obviously back to school and stuff. I'm not sure if there's going to be as much back to school people buying stuff this year with a lot of the free laptops for kids, what happened through the pandemic and stuff. I'm not sure if that might have a knock-on effect or not, but we'll see. I must admit we haven't had as many people looking into new laptops up to now, or at least student-wise, let's put it that way. It's generally the people we've been selling them to are generally quite a bit older just recently, but so I'm not sure if that has a knock-on effect or not. But then again, a lot of these kids who did get free laptops for school, I know for a fact that a lot of them all had laptops already anyway, so I think it was just a way for the parents to get free laptops, to be honest, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Sorry to say it, but...
Yeah, I was a little bit selective with that scheme because I knew they were saying everyone knows everyone where I live, so people would approach me and it would be, haven't got any. Then someone else would approach me who I knew was honest, and I'd go, okay, here you go. So it was just don't tell that person lives 2 doors down from you, for example. But I'll say, I mean, you say about back to school. I've had interest from like kids where they're going to university and secondary school, for example. So, and they want something decent that's going to last them. So, like say terabyte hard drive and that kind of thing. So, and they want something newer rather than something that's a second-hand thing because it's got to last in theory. Someone said, right, the duration that they're on the course because they don't want to come out of uni with £5,000 worth of debt on computers alone or whatever. So,
Yeah,
it's true. It's a good point. Some of the other things I've got down, let's have a look. One of the biggest things what I have issues with is stock consistency at distributors. I don't know if you guys have had any issues with that, but basically it's a big deal breaker for me because many times in the past we've been unlucky with stock, as in we stock up on a specific brand because a specific distributor buys a specific brand, we stock up on it, we get loads of it in, we finally sell it, and then we go to buy more, and it's like, oh, we've stopped selling it.
Yeah.
And that's caught us out a few times. So generally these days, and it doesn't matter what the distributor is, and I had this conversation with one of them a little while back, and I was pretty right with what I said, is basically I'm not willing to buy any new stuff. Basically, I've not heard of, not tried, or anything like that. So unless they want to give me samples, free versions, so I can try them out, see how it is before I purchase, I'm basically not interested. And in most cases, I'll basically just sit and watch the stuff at the distributors to see if they're restocking them after they bought the first lot in. Because the amount of times we've been stuck out, especially for gaming stuff. I think eBlue was one of them. Keep Out was another one.
Oh God, that was horrible stuff.
Yeah, it was. It was promised to be a bit better than it was. And we've had a few dealings with stuff recently where we've had a few issues with. And so basics is consistency of stock is one of the biggest issues I have, and until I know it's consistently going to be there, as in consistently good and available, then I won't actually be purchasing it.
To tell you how bad the Keep Out stuff was, I pulled it. I recalled it myself. I only had maybe 2 headsets left and a mouse and a carrier bag for your laptop. I pulled it myself. I said, what we'll do is use these headphones here in the office because I'm not going to sell them knowing that they're going to come back to me again with a screw falling out of the headset and the cup in one person's hands. And this is like a week into having it. And he hadn't been roughhousing it or anything. It's just, he took it off his head one day. It fell apart. And I know this person, and they take care of their things. And so I did product recall right there in the middle of Chip's computers. I still have the bag though for the laptop, so it lasted. It must have been made elsewhere and rebranded. But the headsets and the keyboards and mice were nasty. Oh, they were terrible.
That's it. Have you had any issues like that, David, where you've bought loads of stock and then they stopped supplying it or anything like that?
Yeah, I do exactly the same thing, Phil. If they've got new brands coming in, I mean, if Target have got one pitfall in the past, and that's been it. They're a good distributor with everything, but that's been one of the pitfalls I've fell into, buying lots of stock from new brands. They're getting in, the big the brand up, and then either the brand doesn't do as well for them, or there's problems with getting it in. But it's exactly the same. So now I basically do the same as you. I wait until it's been stocked for a few months by whether it be Target or a different distributor, as you mentioned, to make sure they're going to have consistency of stock, because you don't want to be buying in a load of stock and then customers like it, and then they're like, "Oh, have you got any more of this?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I don't sell it anymore. My supplier doesn't sell it anymore." It's just stupid, isn't it? It's silly.
It's awful.
I don't know if I was going to mention as well. I don't know if they're a distributor, but I use a company called AJ Parts for laptop screens, all sort of screens, and just wanted to shout out for them. They're really good. Only supplier I'll use for replacement laptop screens is, and because of the product knowledge, I can phone up the account manager there. I think he's called Uday. I call him up and I can literally just give him a laptop model number, and he'll tell me what screen it needs. Whereas I've rang other companies similar, and I'll tell them I need a laptop for such and such, and they'll be like, "All right, how many pins is it? What size is it? What HD do you need, or where's the pins located? Bottom right, bottom left." But AJ Parts know their stuff. They're like, right, that laptop needs this, it needs that. We've got them in stock. Do you know what I mean? Much better. So
that's they're one of my screen. I go to them as well. They know their stuff when it comes to. You give them a model of a laptop. You don't even have to say the make of it half the time. They can literally find what you need just by a partial reference. So again, my point about the technical know-how and what they're actually selling paid off dividends, particularly with laptops.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Target sells screens, but and they're good priced as well. But I go to AJ Parts for the screens because sometimes you'll go on Target's website, there'll be a lot of screens there, and unless you know exactly which screen you need for the particular model of laptop, or you've got the screen model number that after you've dismantled the whole laptop and took the screen out, unless you know that, then you don't always know which screen you need. You know what I mean? But if you've got some specialist on the other end of the phone who can tell you which screen that model of laptop needs, it's a godsend, really.
Yeah, that's a bonus. It saves you complications, ordering the wrong one in, and then having to get another, and having problems, returns, and all this and the other. Looks like a few people have been using AJ Parts as well. William says they're very good, and Peter just says he just ordered a screen from them today. So looks like if they're not directly trade, at least it sounds like the good price is what anyone can use, sort of thing. But I don't know if anyone can clarify if they are directly just trade or not. But because I know a lot of these places are sort of a bit of both. Alison also says, I do like the order or the late order cut-offs times by Target. Helps us out with urgent jobs. A few weeks back, rang them at 5:55 and delivered in the morning, meaning we could get on. So stuff like that does help out. I must admit, I have used late cut-offs for some places. Sometimes you look at the time and think, oh God, it's too late to order it. I forgot to order it. And you call them up and they're generally, oh yeah, it's only 5 to 6. You can still place it for you and you'll get it tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, well, that's pretty good then. I can't remember if that's just on the website or via account manager or both now. I remember it used to be one way around or another. It might be both ways now, but that's good. So Peter says, so AJ Parts sell to end users as well. So mainly via eBay.
They sell to end users, but I've been on the website before and searched for a screen, and it's been sort of X amount, and then I phoned the account manager and said, can you get us a screen, this one? And sometimes found that the account manager's selling us it for £10 or £15 cheaper. So I don't know if maybe prices on the website are not actually the trade prices. I'm not really sure, but
yeah, you probably find the prices are more consumer prices, and if you let them know you're an account, you're in the trade or whatever, you've got a business, they're probably knock the price down a little bit, so you keep coming back. So that's pretty good. Right, guys, we've got about 10 minutes left on the show, so if anyone else has got any more comments they want to send in, please do. So let us know why you use CMS, Target, Spire, VIP, Exertus, whoever the hell it wants to be. Let us know. Just obviously put a comment in, and basically I'll read it out for you. But let us know why you actually use them, what it is they do to make you buy from them, rather than obviously go into somewhere else like another distributor or even the Amazon word, which I know a lot of you guys do use frequently. And don't get me wrong, Amazon does come in now and again, but I try and stay away when possible. I always like to support places what do actually pay the taxes properly. Did I just say that? Oh dear. Yeah. So I like to support places which pay the taxes. Let's leave it at that.
You're getting
We
sued
like
in
to
the
support
morning.
people that support us.
Well, if I get a call in the morning, well, I'll get a call in the morning. It can't be any worse than the distributor, or should I say, well, yeah, they are a distributor we've had to deal with today. Some of you probably saw the review we posted, I think it was yesterday or the day before, about a Chinese or Hong Kong company called Value Tech Trading, or whatever the hell they were called. Basically wanting products reviewed. They ended up sending us some really subpar SSDs, DDR3 memory, and stuff like that to review. And it's like,
It was bent.
we're not in 2010 anymore, sort of thing. We're not doing like 120 gig SSDs and stuff like that. But the specifications on the box were different than what's on the website, which were different what the actual drives worked at. The memory was bent. When I say bent, I mean it was like moon shaped. So it wasn't brilliant. They didn't even bother putting X's on the box to say what sizes were and what speeds the stuff was and stuff like that. They were pretty useless. And even when you went onto their website, it came up with a error message saying something like this isn't a secure website and stuff like that. So it wasn't really good start from them. And they sent me a nice email today, basically after I told them what we're giving them a review and so forth, saying that we demand you take down the review now because we're a new company. We're a new company and we don't want it to affect our sales and our reputation. And so,
if you're a new company, you should know better than put DDR3 out there for a review. I'm sorry.
I said to him, I'm not taking the review down because obviously that's going to affect our reputation because we release unbiased reviews. If your products weren't ready and you've agreed that all our points were valid, then why bother sending us stuff if you know it's that bad? You really think we're going to say, it's good?
Them. We questioned if they had sent the wrong item on the DDR3. So there was a lifeline sent to them.
Yeah. They were a bit useless, to be honest with you. So if anyone gets any contact from Value Tech Trading or whatever they're called, don't use them.
You actually do honest reviews, Phil. I thought you just got like brown envelopes passed here and.
You'd be
Not
surprised.
in my neighborhood.
You'd be surprised. We do get offered money to do reviews now and again, which to me that isn't a review. That's paid for content, and we don't do that either. So if it is crap, well, as we tell all of them, we'll say it's crap in the video, and it's as simple as that.
Shocking that someone in this day and age should actually do honest reviews. You know what I mean?
Well, we try our best. But yeah, there is a lot of paid for content, and I must admit, I've seen other people's reviews, and I've reviewed the same thing, and I'm thinking, well, you reviewing the same product as me because there's no way that's positive. But anyway,
Daniel, we do have a good moan about excess plastic because there's no need for it. We think that you should be able to have a keyboard patted down with some card, maybe one piece of plastic to protect the top, and that's it, and not have about 5 bags, one on the cord and a piece of plastic on the end of the USB connection, and 3 bags to cover the keys in, and it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, well, one of the items, I think it was the router, which came with a bag of the router. Each antenna came in a separate bag or wrap, and then the cables come in separate bags. It ended up being about 6 or 7 different bags for the stuff, which, not good. Right, let's go back onto the main subject while we've only got a few minutes left. So let's have a look if I've got anything on my notes. So, free delivery is another thing. Some people do like their free delivery. A lot of distributors will give you free delivery if you really beg them, in all honesty, and that's a good thing to have an account manager for. Some you may have to spend a certain amount or whatever. A lot of people do say, yeah, but you can get free delivery if you've got Amazon Prime. Well, not really free, because you've paid so much every year to use Amazon Prime. And on top of that, they usually add the price in with the price of the items. So just bear that in mind. So a lot of times you'll buy, let's say, a load of items, and you compare them on Amazon to your distributor, you still find by the time you add the shipping into the distributor, it's still cheaper. Don't get me wrong, there's always going to be items what are cheaper on Amazon. It's just how it is. But I have seen a lot more difference with some products, especially products, let's just say the ones, for example, again, another praise for Target here, doing their own branded products. For example, like the Pixel monitors and the Marvo. I don't think it's actually their brand, but it's their like exclusive brand in the UK. They basically don't sell it directly onto Amazon. You may get other people who buy it from Target and then sell it on Amazon or eBay or wherever. But the thing is, they're not getting it any cheaper than you guys are. So you've got the advantage there. So they are helping in some ways, where other distributors, and I know this for a fact, they'll have an Amazon representative. So the same product you're buying from them, they're selling directly to Amazon as well. And they're probably selling it cheaper to Amazon because they're buying more in bulk, which is a bit of a pain. And I won't name names, but if you go onto LinkedIn and look these companies up, you can see the job positions, and you'll see head of Amazon sales and stuff like that under their listings. To my knowledge, Target aren't one of those. But obviously, some companies only sell certain products on Amazon, and where they might sell other ones. Right. Anyone else got anything you want to add? I can see Jen is looking like she's wanting to say something there.
Yeah, just while we're winding down, if you missed the first part of the show, I was just telling everyone that we went from 90 tickets for the evening meal being sold out to 180 tickets. Of course, take off the first 90. You've got 90 more tickets there. They will be selling fast. If you buy your evening ticket, remember you don't have to buy a daytime ticket. Tickets are £2 and available at www.techmax2022.co.uk or www.techfortex.co.uk and click on the top banner.
Yeah, and just to confirm, we have sold, while we've been on air, another 18 evening tickets. So the tickets are going quick. If anyone wants evening tickets, sorry to keep pushing it, guys, but everyone is going to complain when there's none left. If you want an evening ticket, get the evening tickets now. They're not going to make you bankrupt. They're £2 a piece. If they are going to make you bankrupt at £2 a piece, I think you're in the wrong business. Okay, so £2. Okay, we're looking at £2.
It's a great time for you to network and get together and make new acquaintances.
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
That's it.
We have long pauses here. There's a delay, even though we're in the same place. There's a delay, and so we talk over each other.
Yeah. So it's not that we're arguing or anything.
The boss always gets the last word. Yeah.
Yeah. Jen always gets the last word. Right. So the link's in the chat below if anyone wants it. So for TechMax, but as Jen said, it is techmax2022.co.uk, or you go to Tech for Tech's website /TechMax, or just click on the link in the description at the top of the page what says TechMax, and it'll take you there. There's £2 a ticket, and that £2 gets you to see the evening meal. It gets you the lunchtime. It lets you entrance at 10 o'clock in the morning to see all the vendors, the distributors, all the chats. There's a private room onto the side where you can go and have a chat with your favourite vendor, or just prop up the bar if you really wanted to. There's plenty of opportunities there, and it is at Bramall Lane in Sheffield, which is the Sheffield United Football Club, and we have hired pretty much the whole stadium. And no, you can't play football on the pitch, unfortunately, for those of you who are interested. So I know there'll be someone out there. Can we go and have a kickabout on the field? No, it's not happening. So I doubt very much they'll let you. But yeah, so we'll just go around everyone else. Is there anything that you guys want to add before we call it a night?
Looking forward to it, Max.
Yeah, that's a point. Have you got your tickets, both of you, Tim and David?
Yep.
As if I'd pay for something like that, I get in for free. Come on. Bloody hell.
Dream on.
If I'm right, actually, David, you paid twice, if I remember. But there we go. So, and Tim's got tickets as well. So,
Yeah.
and obviously, for you guys who want to know, who really like Cormac a lot, yes, Cormac has got tickets as well. So
Yes, he
will be
does.
attending, and there will be a lot of other people. Generally, most of the regulars on the show, if not all the regulars on the show, are actually coming, so which is good. I won't name any names, but I do know Miss Alison Cook, who I can see in the chat. She will be there, but not as a visitor. She will actually be showing off her services, as in data recovery services. Okay, just in case
Thank
any
you
other
for
ideas.
clarifying that.
Right. I'll finish the show there before I get into trouble. So thank you all for watching tonight. We will be on again next week at 8 p.m. So that's Thursday at 8 p.m. We don't have a name for the show yet because I am waiting again for a specific vendor to let us know what's going on. Yeah, we'll ease up a little bit, Alison. But yeah, 8 p.m. next Thursday, we will have a show. But again, I can't say what yet until I get contact tomorrow with the vendor just to make sure they are coming on. Otherwise, have a good evening. Have a good weekend. And don't get too merry. And we'll see you next week. And thanks again for supporting independent traders. Good night, everyone.
Good night.